I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Let's get it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to Unfazed, my boy Ajae. I'm JJ, and we got a great show for y'all today. I know it is Thursday, and you probably like, hold up, I thought y'all was going live on Tuesday. We had to push it, because we got some good topics for y'all today. I'm feeling good, Ajae. I know my team's out of the playoffs when it comes to NFL. When it comes to the NBA, my team is nowhere near the playoffs also. But I'm still in a good mood. I'm still doing good. How you doing, my brother?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm in a great mood today, man. I'm finally off work, man. That's a plus in itself. You know what I mean? That's a plus in itself. We appreciate the fans for being patient with us, man. Your boy, like I said, I'm at the post office. It's peak season, man. So trying to get it in where we fit in, man. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. We got a lot to get to today, man. I'm feeling great.
Yes, sir. A lot to get to, and a lot of people got a lot of stuff to pack. Cause the Chiefs are eliminated from the playoffs, man. They got to clean out those lockers, man. I mean, the Chiefs. We talking about a dynasty, y'all. We talking about a team that won 3 Super Bowls since Mahomes entered the league as a starter. They never missed the playoffs, but not just the playoffs, Ajae. They never missed the AFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. So, Ajae, people are asking, this dynasty, is it over?
I think it's over, bro. I think it's over. I definitely think it's over. I think Travis Kelce, I think this is his last year. I think Patrick Mahomes coming off of now ACL tear, and I think an MCL, if I'm not mistaken. I think he ended up having surgery on ACL. Both. It's just ACL, okay. Coming off of injuries that he just had, I think it's gonna be tough to bounce back the following season right away. Some people saying he might be back week 1. He gonna push to be back week 1 because that's just how he's built, and I understand all that. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm holding him out as long as is necessary so that when he comes back, he's 100% healthy, right? But I just think it's gonna take a year for them to reset. It's gonna take some time for them to reset. They're gonna have to get some new players. They're gonna have to bolster up their offensive line. They're gonna have to replace Travis Kelce. They're gonna have to get some better weapons on the outside to help Patrick Mahomes. I think they got to work on their defensive front too. Chris Jones, he's kind of been hit or miss this year. He's been hit or miss. He has his moments here, and then he's MIA. You know what I'm saying? In other games in this year. So I think they got to bolster up a lot of different areas. I think the Chiefs have gotten by off of, hey, we just gonna let Pat do his thing, and Pat is gonna carry. But now coming off the injury, like I said, this next season, we got to see what Pat looks like going forward. I'm not saying he's gonna fall off the map. It's Patrick Mahomes, right? But we got to see what he looked like. I think this is a start of something new. And I think, again, it was time. You just said it. Every year they went to the playoffs, they was in the AFC Championship game. They were dominant every single season. And after a while, you just hit that bump in the road, right? The Patriots, Tom Brady rattled off 3 Super Bowls. Then he had an extremely long drop before his next. Like, sometimes it takes time to reset, get the body right, going forward. I think they were fatigued. And I called it before the season started. I said, not only did they get smoked in the Super Bowl by the Birds, you know how that went. That right there takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of steam, You know what I mean? It takes a lot of air out the boat. I'm just saying. A lot of teams looking at you like you're a little suspect when you get smoked like that in the Super Bowl, right? Not only did you have that going on, but again, you just had the natural fatigue of now we got to try to go do this again. We was just going for a three-peat. Now we kind of resetting coming into this year. They looked vulnerable all season long, right? Last season they got away with a lot of close games, a lot of one-score games. This year it didn't go in their favor. That's the NFL. That's typical. And so, yeah, I think the dynasty is over. I think they'll be back, but I think it'll be a little bit before they are that team again in the NFL. And the last thing I'll say, and I'll pass it back to you, Joe. I said this last episode, and I want to elaborate a little further. The best quarterback in the league honors is up for grabs right now. I think the postseason is going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us a lot. No matter who comes out of the NFC, if it's not Matt Stafford, they're not going to give the crown to anybody else in the NFC. Even if Jalen Hurts goes on to win the Super Bowl again and he has a spectacular playoff run, people are not going to say my dog the best quarterback in the league. It is what it is. People are not going to say that about Sam Darnold. Some people may push it when it comes to Jordan Love, but no, right? It's going to be somebody from the AFC, whether it's Lamar gets into the playoffs and makes a serious run, whether it be Josh Allen gets into the playoffs and make a serious run, whether it be Drake May. It's going to come from that AFC. And the issue with that is the confidence that you now have as a champion. The confidence that Patrick Mahomes ain't let nobody from the AFC get that confidence in years, right? He let Joe Burrow get past him, okay, but he ain't let nobody else get that confidence out of that conference, right? To go on to even compete for a Super Bowl. So now with you sitting out a year, you got one of the guys I just mentioned from the AFC advancing to the Super Bowl. When you come back, they feel like it's their conference now. Now they have the confidence to say, hey, even if you back, we run this now. And I think that's a different game you're playing now. I think that's a different mental shift that, Patrick Mahomes, you're not the hunter anymore. You're going back to being the hunter. And the guys at the top looking at you like you ain't what you used to be. So I think it's over with. Will they win another ring or two later on down the line? Probably. But I see them taking a step back for sure.
All right. So dynasty. Now we got to define the dynasty part. If we're talking about Kelsey being part of the team, I think it's over because his career might be over. His career might be over. But a lot of people, Tom Brady and Belichick, some people say it was two dynasties. Some say it was one dynasty because Tom Brady and Belichick stay together. Now, if we're talking like that, Andy Reid and Mahomes, no, it ain't over. That ain't over. Andy Reid and Mahomes, but we're talking about with this core group, like maybe Chris Jones too. Like Chris Jones I can see him sticking around a little longer, but Kelsey and Mahomes and Andy Reid, that is done. I don't think they're gonna win the ring again unless Kelsey take a back seat and he plays second fiddle to another tight end. That's the only way I can see it, right? Which I don't see him doing that at all. That's number one. Number two, right? I think we're overreacting to what happened. All right. So like the Chiefs, to our eye, what we're used to seeing from the Chiefs, it wasn't good. All right. And you can tell the Chiefs were pressing. Just the Andy Reid call when they were playing the Texans, when this is a game that basically put them out. The Chargers put them out, but the Texans game was what they really, really needed, right? The Texans game, Andy Reid, your defense is playing phenomenal. We're talking about in the second half, forcing 3-and-out. It's a tie ball game. It's a 3-point game. 3-and-out. You are on your own like 30-something yard line and you go for it on fourth down. That right there was saying they are pressing. So this might be good for the Chiefs because they've been skating by these last couple of years, in my opinion. Well, at least last year. They skated by last year to the Super Bowl. This might be good for them to get bounced and don't make the playoffs and finally have more time in the offseason to reflect because they've been playing up until February for real almost every year. So this could be good for them. Now, the whole best QB in the league, when you first said it, AJ, I was like, I like that. Now to think about it, I'm going to push back on that. So who are we going to put above him? I mean, Josh Allen, and Lamar are probably the only qualifiers in the NFL. Nobody else qualifies to get put above Mahomes because he missed the playoffs 1 year after going to the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl every single year of his career. Because he has one setback season, we got to knock him off the mantle. So that's how I look at it. Now, and then Josh Allen and Lamar is weird because they aren't playing well themselves. It's not like Josh Allen going crazy. He's not in no MVP talks. He's not even winning his division right now. And Lamar Jackson, don't get me started with Lamar Jackson. So that's my pushback because there's nobody that's overwhelmingly like if Lamar or Josh Allen having a season like they had last year, and this happened with Mahomes, then you have a point. But I don't know. I don't think if Josh Allen or Lamar go win the Super Bowl right now, I could come out and say they're the best quarterback in the league. Because I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. So I think it takes more than that to knock Pat off the best QB in the league.
Well,
time.
you said see Joe, we've been doing this show for a while now.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And I was around. I'm old enough to remember my guy JJ Joe Jordan coming out and saying, "Hey man, Pat's slipping." Last offseason. Pat's slipping, man. His numbers slipping. His numbers say he not even, I believe you said top 10. I believe that's what you said.
Season. This offseason.
Yes, okay. You said his numbers, if you're really looking at his numbers tell you he not even top 10. Mind you, last season, even though Pat went to the Super Bowl, we saw Josh Allen win MVP. We see Lamar Jackson be first team All-Pro. Now, Patrick Mahomes went to the Super Bowl, right? And you're right. There are no real qualifiers outside of the NFC. I think some people are going to want to throw Stafford in there, but I wouldn't put Stafford over Mahomes. If we just looking at the two AFC quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen is coming off of an MVP already. You're coming off of an MVP where your numbers was good enough to win MVP. He's having a solid season this year, and the team, the Bills are, especially defensively, not a good football team.
Second in passing this year, but go ahead.
Overall, Josh Allen got to win you a lot of football games. That's just the truth. Now, the run game is dominant too. Don't get me wrong. James Cook is like that too. But let's not act like Josh ain't doing his thing as well, especially these last few games. And all I'm saying is, if they find a way to, I think they're going to make the playoffs. They find a way to make the playoffs, go on to one and win the Super Bowl. I can't give that crown to Patrick Mahomes, whose statistics was already dropping this past offseason. Then you come over this season and statistics continue to stay kind of at that level, if not drop even more. You miss the playoffs and you're not even healthy coming into the next season. You can't stay at the top forever, bro. You can't stay at the top of that mountain forever. So I'm not saying Pat would lose it and never get it back. Of course, Pat will have an opportunity to snatch that crown back. But let's not forget, Tom Brady, the GOAT, he had moments where Peyton Manning was the best in the league. He had moments where Aaron Rodgers was the best in the league. You had moments where Cass was like, hey, you see Drew Brees? They all have those moments. They all, even, take it to basketball, LeBron, you had Kobe years. You had some people looking at KD from time to time, right? I will use Jordan, but Jordan was dominant, so it wasn't no conversation around Jordan. But all I'm saying is, in this conversation, it's okay to have a few years where you're not at the top, and I think he's at that point where he's going to have to come back, especially off of an ACL tear, and reprove not only is he elite in Patrick Mahomes, obviously he's that, but reprove that he's the best in the NFL. Because again, if one of those guys go get the Super Bowl, Joe, and they walking around with that Super Bowl confidence now, it ain't easy to knock one of them, especially if it's Lamar, who's accomplished.
Yes.
Or Pat or Josh Allen, who's accomplished. It ain't gonna be easy knocking them guys off the throne. So he gotta go take it back, in my opinion. Now, if Drake may win the Super Bowl, right? If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, probably not gonna give it to Hurts. If the Packers win the Super Bowl, probably not gonna give it to Jordan Love. Like, it's certain quarterbacks that just ain't gonna. But those two specifically, Lamar and Josh Allen, let one of them two guys win the Super Bowl. They gotta be the best in the league, in my personal opinion.
Now, this is why I can't do it because, all right, Josh Allen won the MVP, but what happened to the season? Why did it end?
Josh Allen, he lost to Pat.
And he got outplayed too by it wasn't just like the team. He got outplayed by Pat and
That's
lost.
true.
Lamar
That's true.
Jackson, last time you saw Pat in the playoffs, what happened? Got outplayed by Pat and lost in the playoffs. So it's not like they knocking him off to win the Super Bowl. That's why I can't give it to him because they about to win. Like literally, the narrative gonna be you only won because Mahomes won the league, just like Elijah Warren and Jordan. I'm just saying. I remember when KD, what's the name? KD was with the Warriors. He get hurt. Steph Curry, I think he was still playing, but Steph Curry gets hurt. Steph Curry hurt, KD hurt, and what's the name hurt? Klay Thompson, and LeBron don't win a championship, right? And then in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, KD wasn't there or Steph wasn't there, so that championship doesn't weigh the same. Now it was LeBron. If it was like when Giannis won a championship, I don't think nobody was like Giannis. I mean, no, because you gotta dethrone the guy. He didn't dethrone nobody. So that's how I look at this Josh Allen Lamar situation. If they win a championship, the Chiefs were not in their way. They only got there because the Chiefs were not there. It would take another year for me to stamp that. Another year. I don't think 1 year would take it away.
But my bad. Before you move on, I just want to say the problem with this stance, Joe, is we saw the Chiefs all year, bro.
Yeah.
We saw Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs all year. Before the injury, he was gonna miss the playoffs by his own fault. The Chiefs' own fault. Yeah. And so it's like if you already getting ready to miss the playoffs, yes, we're not gonna just dismiss what happened the year before. But I can't then say after a guy who's as accomplished as Josh Allen or as accomplished as Lamar Jackson goes, is Josh Allen not an all-pro player? Is he not a league MVP?
We talking about accomplished like Mahomes, and now we're gonna just throw him over Mahomes like that? He won
Does
MVP
he have
right
to be?
There, and that was it.
Does he have to be as accomplished as Patrick Mahomes at the current moment for him to in a year where Patrick Mahomes is down and may not come back the same the following year?
I think
we gotta see.
We has to be here because Josh Allen's not having an MVP season. Now he's not having a bad one either, but he's not having an MVP season.
Joe, they throwing him in them conversations right now.
Josh Allen, bro. It's Josh. I mean, obviously, of course, he's never won last year.
So you basically saying if one of those guys win, it's kind of like a fluke, basically.
It's not fluke. It's not enough for me to say they're the best quarterback in the league. Okay. I can't say that. Now they come back next year. Like I would love to see them go against Mahomes when it really matters and beat him. Like Josh Allen should be the last person to be talking about passing Mahomes. He played Mahomes 3 or 4 times and still haven't beat him. If we're gonna say the one time he win the Super Bowl is when Mahomes not in the playoffs, and we're gonna say he better than Mahomes. Come on, bro. When you won MVP, you got beat. Like by him, were they at home? No, Caesars were at home. But you also lost in Buffalo 2 years ago. So the excuse was you keep playing them in Kansas City. You went to Buffalo. I think he lost to him 4 times. 4 times, Ajae, and we're gonna put him over Mahomes? Nah.
I think Pat got to come and take that crown back. That's all I'm saying. If he goes, if one of them guys win the Super Bowl, I think Pat, rightfully so, has to come and take that crown back. I just do.
Take it back?
You know what I mean? Like, take it back. I think you do. Like I said, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, them guys didn't always have to go through Tom Brady to prove they was the best.
Tom Brady wasn't really the best QB until because when he went on 3 Super Bowls, he wasn't considered the best QB in the league.
I mean, when he was winning MVPs, he was though. But we was still
later.
Peyton, and that's what I'm saying.
But you gotta think about
it. Still around. Rodgers.
Yeah, that's how it was weird because Tom Brady, when his numbers start going crazy, he wasn't winning Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like
fair.
And that's why it was a lot of back and forth. Now Brady did what Mahomes did, won his 3 Super Bowls while cooking. Man, when Peyton Manning win 1 little Super Bowl against Chicago, nobody gonna be like the best. What? You saw what Brady did the last 4 years? Are you serious? But Brady didn't do that. Mahomes different.
Hey man, the journey matters, in my opinion. Whoever, if Josh or Lamar win it, I'm personally giving the crown to them dudes until Pat come take it back. That's just how I see. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go as far as to say or think that one of these quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl could possibly, be a fluke because Pat not around. But what I will say is, I know one team who looking a little flukish. I will say that. I know one team looking a little flukish these days. You know what I mean? And that's the Washington Commanders. Y'all see the background. Y'all see the stadium, right? Y'all see the teams that my boy right here is representing. Y'all know his team. Y'all know his quarterback. Y'all already know what it is. What's understood ain't got to be explained. We got people coming out saying that the 2024 Commanders were a fluke. Now, I've been here, Joe. I've been here. And when I tell you it's frustrating, 2022, we made that Super Bowl run. Then we came out looking like how we looked in 2023. And man, that's a fluke. It bothered me. I got to ask you, Joe, after seeing what you saw last year and seeing what you have seen this year out of your Washington Commanders, would you say last year's Commanders were a fluke?
No. Fluke? No, it wasn't a fluke. It was not. And no, people saying it's a fluke because Jaden Daniels ain't had no tape. That's number one. Number two, the 4th down conversion rate was insane. It was out of this world. That's number three. That's number two. Sorry. So those are the main two reasons why people saying it's not a fluke. Now, the reason why I say it's not a fluke is because our defense. People got to realize last year our defense was not one of the best. But it was the run game that we was terrible at, but we can at least get to the quarterback. And the pass defense was decent enough. Like, we were ranked top 10 in pass defense. So the defense was much better last year than it is this year. This year, our defense plummeted to the bottom of the rankings of almost every category. So it's not good. That's number one. Number two, for the millionth time, we were healthy last year, for real. You look at last year, we didn't really have any major injuries. Our major injury was Sam Cosby, which happened in the playoffs before we went against Detroit Lions. Outside of that, Ajae, everybody was healthy. The O-line was healthy. JD5 got hurt, but he came back the next game. He started every single game. Terry McLaurin was healthy. Noah Brown was healthy. De'Ami Brown, all the receivers were healthy. We had no Bobby Wagner at his age was healthy. Frank Luvu was healthy. Jeremy Chin was healthy. We didn't have the injury bug flying around last year. That's number two, right? And this year, it's a complete opposite. I pray the Commanders aren't a fluke, man. They have been like pretty much. It's time to thanks. Shout out to J-Mo. That's true. They're not a fluke, J-Mo. This year, injuries all over the place. First of all, you called it before the season started. The whole Terry McLaurin situation, like not getting the reps in the offseason. And I'm like, we should be good still, you know. I'm not sure if we've been there with the Eagles. I'm not sure because how we normally get the deals done normally.
He normally
pretty
get
fast,
them
right?
done early, yeah.
But it was the first time as a fan I was in a situation. Now Terry McLaurin had negotiations before, but it never lingered like that, like it did with Adam Peters. So that right there lingered to the season, and he got hurt week 1 for real. Like he got hurt. So that Noah Brown didn't even play the whole season for real until 2 weeks ago. So we've been having Debo miss some games. You know what I mean? So like we've been having then the defense been decimated. It was already bad. And on top of that, we lost Armstrong. We lost Will Harris. He came back. We lost a bunch of guys. Dedrick Wise. We lost a bunch of guys on the defensive side of the ball. So the injury bug definitely killed us. Because you got to think about it. We had a tougher schedule this year. And on top of that, we had a higher mountain to climb because of the Terry situation and the injuries. And new pieces. And another thing I turned I turned away from. We like legit an old team. We really are an old team, bro. I gotta give the Cords a shout out. We an old team. Like we saw Von Miller thought he was gonna do something. Von Miller really ain't done much all year. So, and if it's gonna be fluke, it's got to be saying that Jaden Daniels is not really that good. You know that's how it can be fluke. Is if you believe that what you saw in his rookie year is not who he really is. He's not that good. That was just a fluke season for him because the reason why we had the success we had was because of Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels got us in a lot of clutch moments. Now, in the Hail Mary, was that fluke? I mean, you call it Hail Mary fluke, I guess. You know what I mean? You call that fluke, you know? But we would have got to the playoffs anyway, by the way, for anybody that's questioning that. We still made the playoffs, by the way, all right? And the Green Bay Packers lost to the Bears in the last game of the season, and we would have still had the same seed we had, and the same thing would have happened. Now, let's get to the playoffs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Was that a fluke? That game that we won, because people said the season was a fluke. It ain't a fluke if you go to the playoffs and you prove your worth. Because yes, there's been some rookie quarterbacks that came into the year and had good regular seasons, good ones. But what they do in the playoffs, they didn't do much. How many fluke teams do we know that go deep in the playoffs? I don't know much. I don't know much teams that get far in the playoffs that are fluke, that don't come back. If they don't come back, it's because of injuries. But if they're healthy, they normally come back in the NFL. I don't really see that much, you know? So we went to Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay, by the way. And what happened? Remember like it was yesterday. We went in there, we executed. And then our fourth down execution it's not nothing fluke. It's literally we have a guy who's a dual threat. He's a dual threat, the fourth down conversions. And he can throw from the pocket. So it was no trickery we was doing on these fourth down. We was converting on regular plays. Then what happened after that? We go to Detroit. And is it fluke that Jared Goff throws all them interceptions? Is that fluke? No. Are you surprised that Jared Goff did that, AJ? No, you're not. Because we see him do it before. He threw 5 interceptions one game and still won. But not against us because we had Small on the other side. We ain't had C.J. Stroud on the other side. We had Jaden Daniels. So that's why. And then Detroit also was decimated on defense, all that stuff. I don't think it's fluke. Now, do I think that we were as good, like we were a Super Bowl team last year? No, because y'all were in the way. Y'all were just so much better than us, and y'all showed it in the game we played y'all in the NFC Championship. The score was more than what the game was, in my opinion, because y'all ran the score by the end of the game. Y'all had y'all back goals running touchdowns and stuff. Anyways, but that performance y'all had, it just showed us that yes, we earned our right to be here, but we're not as good as this team called the Eagles, right? So I will say that like that year we were not a Super Bowl team because we had to go through Philly. You know what I mean? But it wasn't fluke. And next year we're gonna prove it.
This is a tough question for me, bro. Not gonna lie. The 2024 Commanders, were they a fluke? I wouldn't say they were a fluke. I think that's a little disrespectful. But I will say it was a little magical though. and maybe that's some people can say that's the same thing. What's the difference? Listen, it was a little magical. It was a lot of time. Y'all got to think about the games that we saw last year, all the fourth quarter comebacks that we saw last season, the fourth down conversion rate. Y'all had an 87% fourth down conversion rate.
That's better than
It was
y'all.
the highest conversion rate of any team in modern NFL history with at least 15 attempts.
Woo!
That type of success is extremely hard to duplicate. Y'all made history. Y'all won a lot of games off of going for it on fourth down. Y'all put a lot of teams away early and late off of going for it on fourth down. Like you said, last year, y'all avoided the injury bug all year. Y'all didn't really have any major injuries. The schedule was also very sweet. Y'all had, if I'm not mistaken, a last place schedule, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all had a team that other teams in the NFL didn't necessarily know how to prepare for because it was the first year of Jaden Daniels. It's your first time seeing Jaden Daniels. Now, you saw him as the year go on, and you got tape on him as the year go on, but y'all snuck up on cats early on. Y'all rolled y'all momentum, and y'all won a lot of games. When I think of the Commanders that year as an Eagles fan, and I'm talking as an Eagles fan, I watched some of y'all games and was like, it's something different about this team. And it's Jaden, don't get me wrong, but like they playing a different level. They playing with a different level of confidence. They playing with a different level of no matter what's going to happen, we're going to win this game. We're going to make there are times when y'all made pivotal defensive stops. You know what I mean? There were times where Jaden saved y'all, right? There were times where Scary Terry just went off. Like, no matter what needed to happen, even down to a freaking Hail Mary, it was going to happen. And so I looked at y'all all season like this is just they are winning games in ways that, in my opinion, they shouldn't be winning games. Which is why coming into this season, I told you from the jump, this Terry situation a little crazy. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to get him signed immediately. Joe, it's hard to do what y'all did last season. It's hard to go back to the NFC Championship game and have the type of success that you just had. That's extremely hard to do. All that talk last year, and it didn't come from you as much, but all that talk last year about the Commanders playing with house money, you stop playing for house money once you get to the NFC Championship. all that's out the window. Because now you're looking like we got 2 games and we Super Bowl champions. We got to capitalize on this opportunity that we have before us, because the NFC, as we saw this year, is going to get better. It's going to improve. Teams are not going to stay the same, and teams will also have a full year of film on Jaden Daniels. It ain't just, a couple games here and there. No, you got a full year. How did he look against this defense? How did he look against that defense? How did he look against this team? How did he look against bad defenses, good defenses? What's his weaknesses? What's his strengths? They had a whole year, even into the playoffs. Now we got some playoff footage, right? How do they use them in the playoffs, right? And so I think we saw a gradual letdown from Jaden Daniels. I think we saw a letdown from injuries. I think we saw a team that went up against a stronger schedule that they had the year before. And we saw a football team this year that everybody saw coming this time. We know the Commanders are good. From what we saw last year, they ain't sneaking up on anyone else. And I thought from week 1 on, teams was ready for y'all this year. Teams are ready for y'all. Now, again, I would be remiss to not bring up again Terry McLaurin missing time, Debo missing time. Y'all not going to get in Devontae Adams like how I think y'all should have. I think that helped y'all out a ton. I would be remiss to bring up, not to not bring up how old the defense was and things of that nature. I would be remiss to not bring up Jaden Daniels' injuries this year. But all I'm saying is, I think it was false hope to think that y'all's gonna come out this year and have the same success as y'all did last year. I knew that was going to be extremely hard to do. Every good team, unless you're the freaking early stages of the Patriots or you're Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, even the good teams, they got to go through their bumps in the road. It's like it sounds cliche, but it's almost like you almost got to pay your dues, it seems like. Like you have a run that next season normally kind of a letdown, whether it be a sophomore slump or whether it just be the team not good and injuries or whatever the case may be. And then those following years is when you see the team kind of take off. They make the necessary make the necessary changes that are needed for the team to catapult into the range that y'all want to catapult to. But I can't say I gave y'all 10-7. I didn't think y'all would be looking like this because obviously we didn't expect the injuries to be what they were. But I knew y'all wouldn't be, and I knew Jaden wouldn't be exactly how he was last season, because last season was a bit extreme. I'm not gonna go as far as to say it was a fluke, because I do believe y'all have potential to get back to that level. I do believe Jaden has potential to get back to that level. I do think y'all will be a threat in the NFC going forward. But that 2024 season is gonna be hard to. Converting 87% of fourth downs is going to be tough to do going forward. To completely miss the injury bug is going to be tough to do going forward. For Jaden to just be crazy dominant, I'm not saying he can't, but it ain't going to be easy to do that again now that teams now have a season and a half of it's going to be tough doing exactly what y'all did. I think y'all got to change a couple things. Y'all got to add some things defensively. Y'all got to tweak some things offensively. Y'all coaching style and y'all play calling, it be a little weird sometimes. Y'all decision making be a little weird sometimes. Jaden don't need to run like he Marshawn Lynch all the time. You got away with that last year. Didn't necessarily get away with it this year. I think y'all will be fine going forward. 2024 was magical though.
Now, before we move forward, I do want to address some of the fourth downs, like the ones that were impactful to the point that it won us games. And I don't think nothing fluke about those fourth down conversions. Number one, the Bengals won. All right? Well, it wasn't a fourth down. It was 3rd and 7. The touchdown threw to Terry McLaurin. That's what Terry does, bro. We saw him do that with Marcus Mariota twice this year against the who was it? Was it the Broncos? I forgot what team it was. I forgot what team it was. It was on Sunday night. I forgot what it was. But the Chiefs. We saw him do that. Terry makes those acrobatic, tight window, tight catches. That's just what he does. Against the Ravens, he did the same thing, threw a touchdown to Terry McLaurin on fourth down. It wasn't fluke. That's what Terry does. But Terry wasn't here this year. That's a difference, right? The Eagles, you remember this. 3rd and 14. I think it was 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 8. And my man JD5 ran for like 40 yards on y'all on fourth down in the fourth quarter. That's fluke. That's fluke.
To end the third quarter going into the fourth.
That was in their court.
If we talk about the same, I remember the play. I remember the play. Yep, I remember the play.
Yeah.
I do.
But that wasn't fluke. That was literally running for a first down. Like
when you break the individual plays down like that, I'll give you that. What I'm saying is the rate of conversion is that's historic.
I think
I can almost guarantee y'all not gonna have another season where y'all convert 87% of y'all fourth downs, and you go for it at least 15 times. Because that's historic. That like you now gotta break your own record or tie your own record that hasn't been done in the Super Bowl era. Jaden Daniels can play. The offense, it was good 2024. Y'all ain't that great to the point where this about to be a reoccurring thing. Where we converting 85, 86, 87, 88% on, like, that's going to dip. Y'all still gonna be, that's not to say y'all won't be good on fourth down because y'all have Jaden, because you have Debo. Still gonna be good on fourth down, of course. I still would be going for it if I was your coach with those weapons, right? But to convert at that high of a clip, that's gonna be tough to do, bro. That's gonna be tough to do.
I ain't gonna lie, I got to a point when we went for it, I just knew we was gonna get it, bro. It was like I was watching, it was
crazy.
I was like, you about to get this first down. I ain't tripping.
It was crazy.
But and last thing I want to say is this. I'm with you when you say the tape thing, like they got tape on you and all that stuff, right? By the time we get to the playoffs, the tape is out. Tape out. Especially Lions, you had a whole 2 weeks to plan for us. 2. We saw what he did at Sam Darnold. Now they knew who they want. They knew they were gonna play either us or they knew who they were gonna play. And what happened? We put up 40 plus on them boys. Should have put up 50 for real. But my whole thing is, but that's why it's not rare for a team to get deep in the playoffs. That's fluke. Like the fluke teams normally get embarrassed in the playoffs. Like look at the Vikings last year. Like people could say they were fluke. They got to the playoffs and got exposed. We didn't get it. We got exposed by the Eagles because it shows that we weren't on the Eagles. We weren't as good as the Eagles. So I would give you that. But Aaron, come on, man. I wish Matthew Stafford, why you got to, bro, complete Jalen Carter sack? Why were you? I was, you know what I mean?
That'd have been a good matchup for y'all.
But it is, that's a pass now. That's a pass now. But speaking of the pass, 0-3 was in your past. But now 31-0. Is in your present. The Eagles beat the Raiders 31-0. And the talks are like the Eagles are back. The Eagles got their groove back right on time when playoffs are around the corner. Well, only one win away, they play the Commanders this Saturday to clinch the division. First time since 2000, a team has clinched the division 2 years in a row. So, AJ, are the Eagles back on track?
Most definitely. Most definitely we back on track. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I must admit, man, as an Eagles fan, I feel great. I'm not going to lie. I feel great. Now, I get it. I've been hearing this all week since the game happened, right? We went from this the 2023 Eagles, they collapsing, right? To it's just the Raiders. In 2023, it was just the Cardinals. In 2023, it was just Seattle with Drew Lock, right? In 2023, it was just Tyrod Taylor. We lost all those games. All those games we were supposed to win, we lost. So I'm looking at it this year. Yes, it's the Raiders. Yes, you go into that game expecting to win. Not only are you expecting to win, you're expecting to dominate. Mm-hmm. But this team beat the Rams. This team beat Tampa Bay. This team beat Detroit. This team beat Green Bay, albeit earlier in the season, in a different point in the season. But it's not like this team is not proven. It's not like this team is not the reigning and defending Super Bowl champions who have beaten other good football teams. It's not like this is you've been playing teams like the Raiders all year. No. You have proven that you could beat those teams, whether it be close, whether it be a blowout, whether it be an ugly offensive game, a down offensive game, whatever the case may be, right? You've proven that you could beat good teams. You know what I mean? And so the way I'm looking at it is Big O. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We flapping the wings. We flapping the wings out here. But what I think is this. We needed a get-right game. The Chargers loss was extremely tough. The Bears loss was extreme. The Chargers loss was probably the worst loss, and you can see it in their face. The Chargers loss was rough. The Bears loss, was rough. And the Dallas loss was tough too, because this is a division rival and you were up 21-0 before they came back and made their run. Shout out to them for getting that game. But at the end of the day, you needed a get right game. You got your get right game. Now, remember what I said. The Eagles are going to beat the Raiders. I said this on the last episode of Unfazed. They're going to beat the Raiders. They're going to beat the Commanders. And then that game against the Buffalo Bills is going to be one of the biggest games of the season. And it's not going to mean nothing from you as far as playoff implications, because I don't think we're going to get up to the second or the first seed, right? But that game from a morale and a mental standpoint, if you can go to Buffalo and beat a team that people believe, even though I'm not confident they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just not confident in that because of their defense. But what I will say is, you could go on the road and beat a team like Buffalo. Honestly, I know mentally in that locker room, that washes those 3 losses that you had. You believe because the Eagles believe they're better than the Bears. Jalen, in all honesty, had a bad game. The Eagles believe they are better than the Chargers. Again, Jalen, my dog, had an awful game. The Eagles believe they were better than Dallas, and the team just flat out blew that game. Like, these are games those guys are in the locker room saying, like, bro, we don't think this team is better than us, right? And so, win these next 2 games, the confidence will brew at the right time, the offense will brew at the right time, and the most important thing I can tell people, there's 2 important things. I'm gonna say this first though, because the second thing y'all already know where I'm going. But the first thing I'm gonna say is this. We have a championship caliber defense. This defense is not talked about enough nationally. This defense is like that. It don't matter who we playing. The defense gonna keep us in the game. And on the flip side of the defense keeping us in the game, Uno in the postseason, one thing he showed me. One, he ain't gonna blow it. He ain't gonna come out there giving you the football. And 2, more times than not, that defense making stops, he gonna make the plays that he's got to make. It might not be flashy, it might not be sexy, or it might be flashy and all that and above, but he gonna go out there and do whatever it takes. That defense playing the way that it's playing right now, doing nothing but continuing to elevate. Let's not forget, Jalen Carter will be back come postseason time. You win the division. That first game is at the link. So you'll be riding at that point a 4-game win streak before the divisional round. Win these next 2 games, I will see y'all in the NFC Championship. And the last thing I'm gonna say is this. Now, everybody knows I'm a Jalen Hurts stan. Everybody know I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. That's my favorite player. That is my dog. One thing I'm consistent with when it comes to Jalen Hurts is the biggest thing I want him to work on. It's been now a few years now. I want him to work on his consistency, because he's not always consistent. But what I will say about him is this. That boy J.R. Smith. That boy is J.R. Smith. He is streaky. Super streaky. If he playing bad, he playing bad. It's like, all right, come on, Jay, get it together. But when he get hot, it's lights out. And I think now, after winning against the Raiders, continue to play well against the Commanders, going to that Bills game with a full head of steam, if Jalen Hurts walks into this playoffs feeling good and hot with this defense playing the way that it is playing, I'm telling y'all, bro, look out. We back in the bowl. I'm trying to tell you, Joe. I don't care what we have seen so far from the Philadelphia Eagles. The offense hasn't been good, right? Saquon ain't been able to run the ball as well. This been mess up after mess up, penalty after penalty, all that. I don't care what you say. We get into that playoffs hot, feeling good. There is not a team in the NFC. Give me Detroit. Give me Green Bay. Give me the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the LA Rams. There's not a team in the NFC lined up against Philly, a hot Philadelphia Eagles team, that I'm taking over Philadelphia. So ride this wave. We back in the bowl. Mark my words. But we got it. But we have to continue. But we got to continue to build on this momentum. That's what I will say. Don't come out against the Commanders looking horrible. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out and against Buffalo playing like, well, any way you beat Buffalo will be a big win. Any way you beat them will be a big win. But as long as we continue to build on this, bro, look out. Look out.
Now the question is, are the Eagles back on track? And I'm assuming we're gearing towards like the offense because the defense been on track.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny. I'm so like, you know, when I prepare for Unfazed, right? People watching, it's like a boxing match. You know, so as I'm taking notes and, you know, do my research and get prepared for the show, I gotta think about what kind of punches I'm gonna throw at Ajae. Gotta think about it. I'm gonna throw the jab, the right hook, left foot. I'm gonna go uppercut. What am I gonna do? And then when Ajae throws a punch back, what kind of punch is he gonna throw at me? And how can I weed past that and counter it? So you brought up 2023, and I had a feeling he's gonna bring up 2023, which is funny, right? Now, am I saying this is exactly like 2023? No, but you guys are on track though. Did you know in 2023, right, that y'all had a bye week? Mm-hmm. And y'all beat the Chiefs and the Bills after y'all bye week. This year, you have a bye week. You beat the Packers and the Lions. In 2023, you lose 3 games in a row. You lose to the 49ers, Cowboys, and Seahawks. 2025, you lose 3 games in a row. Cowboys, Bears, and Chargers. Mm-hmm. And then you beat the Giants. And you felt good, too. I know you did. You felt good. Just like y'all beat the Raiders. And then after you beat the Giants, you lost the next 2 games. But luckily, you got 3 more games. All right. But you on track, though. That's all I got to say. You know? And when it comes to the Raiders, I'm not going to say you on track. The Bills game will tell me if you on track or not. Now, let me tell you how bad the Raiders are. The Raiders terrible. In case you ain't know. Did you know that we played the Raiders and we beat them 41-24? And that's what they full roster. That's what they started quarterback. And after we beat the Raiders, we went 2-9. Did you know the Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0? Just like you. Just like you. They had Geno though. And you know what happened since the Raiders lost? Since they beat the Raiders, they went 2-5. Did they get right after the Raiders game? No. We just saw the Cowboys beat the Raiders, and they was happy. Defense looking like that. Defense like, oh, look at this defense. Oh, my goodness. And what happened? They played the Chiefs, get points put up on them. They still won. Then they played, who did they play after that? They played the Lions. Lions basically almost put up 50 on them boys. And then they played the Vikings that put up 30 plus. That Raiders game is long gone now. So what I saw from the Raiders game, it was just the Raiders are garbage. And y'all played against Kenny Pickett. Y'all didn't play against Geno. At least Geno will throw you some, he's going to try. He might throw you some pickle, but he's going to be better than Kenny Pickett. So that's why I think this game was just a game. It was like a game on a schedule where if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm like, can we not look bad? The view, how I look at Philly won't get better, but it can get worse. Just don't let me look at them worse. This is look good. If we look good, then how I looked at them last week is how I look at them this week. I gotta see them against the Bills. I would say against us because we're a division opponent, but I'm gonna lie to you, our defense trash, bro. Like I expect y'all to put numbers on us. But the Bills, our defense, I'm not gonna say it's elite, but they do have a superstar on the other end that will put pressure on the offense. So that's why I gotta wait until the Bills game to see if y'all back on track. Not the Raiders, because I'm not sure if you was part of that group, but when the Cowboys beat the Raiders, a lot of Eagles fans, it's the Raiders. And now the Eagles beat the Raiders, they back on track. Throwing the flag going, got the, you know what I mean? Like, we going to the bowl. The Raiders? Come on, man. Kenny Pickett? Oh, my gosh, you killed Kenny. Go ahead.
Hey, man, you mentioned the Cowboys. You mentioned the Chiefs. You mentioned what the Commanders did to them. You mentioned all them teams. I'm sorry, Joey. None of them teams are defending champs. I'm sorry. None of those teams are the defending champs. The Chiefs were on the downside of things anyway. The Chiefs' demise was coming anyway, right? But the Chiefs, record-wise, wasn't where we are. The Chiefs were struggling to tread water all season long. Don't get me started on Dallas. Come on now. Dallas is known for beating up on bad teams. That just ain't nothing new. The Commanders, I mean, that game was a toss-up. Y'all about just as bad as the Raiders. We be like y'all neck and neck with the Raiders.
We blew 'em out.
If you really look right, but I'm saying going into the game, it's like y'all, the way y'all have played this year. I mean, is the Commanders
at that
is
point,
the Commanders or Raiders?
I'm sorry to cut you off, but at that point, we were 1-1. We beat the.
This is early. Okay, I'm thinking this matchup is later in the season, like
no.
Mar. Oh, you talking about with Jaden? Okay, I get
No, Marcus Mariota started because Jaden got hurt against Green Bay.
That's true. All I'm saying is those teams are not the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. And the games that we lost were not games like the 2023 season. Again, you said y'all win this game, then y'all lost these games. You win this game, you lost this game. The vibes are completely different. 2023, the defense was awful, and the defense did not have the personnel to get better. That was the problem. The defense didn't have true championship pieces there that were going to improve and get better. The defense ain't have no hope. It was no hope in Bradbury playing better. It was no hope in Leonard. I forgot what his first name was. The guy that we got from the Colts, that linebacker. It was no hope of him getting better. It was no hope of that defensive line getting better. So the defense was what the defense was, and the defense lost us a lot of games down the stretch. You're right. We beat the New York Giants, but do you remember how that game went? We struggled in that game. Jalen Dana threw a pick 6 in that football game. We muffed the kick in that game. That game looked like, even though we won, and me and you both came on Unfazed and said, we just needed to win. The game was ugly. The game started off dominant and then got ugly. This season, it's the complete opposite. This season, you went out and dominated a team that you were supposed to dominate, right? And on top of that, I have more confidence in the Philadelphia Eagles when the offense ain't going right than when the defense ain't going right. If the defense ain't going right, we in trouble. It just is what it is. We in trouble because I have no hope in them getting better. But that offense, Saquon's still over there. Uno's still over there. Ajae, Devontae, that offensive line is getting healthy. The personnel gives you the hope that it's no way they're going to get into this playoff, at least as an Eagles fan. It's how I think. No way they get into the playoffs, and look how they've been looking every single week. Given the fact that we know no matter who we play, this defense going to give us a chance. And with Jay in the postseason, as the defending champ, that's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. Give us a chance. I believe with a chance, it looks completely different. I believe with a chance, you make those plays down the stretch, you win playoff games. That's just how I see it, Joe. So you can list up all them teams that look a certain way against the Raiders. That's all I find. And Danny, all them teams are not the Philadelphia Eagles. And like I said, now watch the Eagles ride this momentum. Watch them now and beat y'all. And then I pray that we actually play our starters against it. Because we'll see what Sirianni do. But after we secure this division, it's not going to be technically much to play for. But we play against Buffalo. I'm telling you, we go against Buffalo, we get that win. It's looking dark, and it's gonna start from, oddly enough, it's going to start from the momentum that you built against the Raiders. It's gonna start from that momentum. Like we got hot here, we heated up here. It carried over into the Commanders game, and then it carried over into the Buffalo game. We took a week off. And then we carried over into the postseason. We all know in the playoffs, we seen teams get hot at the perfect time. This could be the perfect time to get hot. I'm telling you, Joe, it's I feel good. I just want to say, and there's no dominant team. Like the Rams are good. Don't get me wrong. The Rams are really good.
Yeah, you had number one seed and the number 2 seed to play for.
See, I don't think we're going to get either one of those realistically.
But you could because the Bears and Packers got to play each other. The Packers just lost. Yeah, I got the tiebreak with the Packers. Where they got a tie.
To be completely honest with you, and we can move on after this. To be completely honest with you, Joe, it sounds crazy. At this point, if I'm the Eagles, I'm not playing for the 1 or the 2 seed no more. I'm just not. With the way bro, this season with this Philadelphia Eagles team, the most important thing you could do, and I said this last year, and people looked at me crazy. When I said the 1 seed out of the question, rest Saquon, rest your guys in that final week. Because at this point, health is the most important thing you can have. Now, that offensive line, that offensive line has to continue to, like Cam Jurgens, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson. I don't want those guys. I don't care if we have a chance to get the 2 seed. I would rather have a healthy offensive line, a healthy Eagles team as a 3rd seed than a banged up Eagles team with the 1 seed. I'd rather have that.
That's why
I'd
Jalen
rather
Carter's
have
sitting
that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to win these next 3, and then you know what I'm saying. That final week, we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But
Y'all just a different team on the road in the playoffs.
that's true. And honestly, I'm looking forward to, given that we obviously, if we play San Fran or whoever we would play in that first round, I think it will be San Fran if we stay at the 3rd seed and San Fran stays at the 6th. San Fran also still got a shot to get the 2 or the 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. But they do. It's like sitting in that spot. Given we get past the first one, if we get past the first round, and I'm saying that we will, especially if we go into the playoffs feeling good, I look forward to the challenge of seeing my team play on the road in the playoffs. I look forward to seeing a healthy Eagles team, Jalen Hurts. I look forward to that challenge. I look forward to seeing what do my dog have in the postseason on the road. Because
he 0-2, right, on the road.
I think because he lost to Tampa both times on the road.
Dang.
So
we 1-0 against Tampa.
Yeah, that's true. But y'all like 4-10 right now. But anyway, speaking of being cooked, man, we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Cowboys have been in the running for the number 1 seed in the NFC East for a little while now because of the Eagles' 3-game losing streak and the Cowboys getting hot, beating Philadelphia, beating Kansas City before they ultimately lost to Detroit, but then Philly ended up losing to the Chargers. They in the mix. They were in the mix, playing good football. And right when they needed to continue that streak and continue to put the pressure on the Eagles to win 2 of their final 3 games, they go out there and let J.J. McCarthy, nicknamed 9, go out there in Dallas, in Big D, in Jerry World, and give them an L. Now they're down to a 1% chance of making the postseason. Joe, I got to ask you, are the Cowboys done?
Yes. Well done. AJ, I said this on R2R show. The Cowboys are imposters. They are. They got everybody. They had everybody, a lot of people, fooled, including me. I can't believe I came on air and said, I have a lot of confidence in this Cowboys team more than any Cowboys team I've ever seen. I said that on air. And when I look back, I'm like, yo, the Cowboys are beating good teams now. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Chiefs in back-to-back games. They're beating good teams. AJ, that good team they beat is out the playoffs already.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs, are they really a good team? And now look at the teams they beat, AJ. Think about it. The Giants, good team. The Jets, good team. The Commanders, good team. The Raiders, good team. And we can talk about the Chiefs too, good team. And the good teams they beat, the Eagles, who they beat at least every year, because Dak beats the Eagles all the time. And Green Bay, they tied, and I believe they only played well because Michael's on the other side. Like, for real. Michael turned up Dak, and Dak played a great game. That's why I told Tom this too. When Dak has something against a team, he's going to play well. Mm-hmm. He plays well against our division, and he played well against Micah. No matter who's on the Eagles, y'all could be undefeated. Dak balls out against y'all every single time. So, and the teams they lost to, AJ, they lost to the Bears 31-14, bro. They got blown out. Then they lose to the Panthers. That's a Cowboys loss right there. They get blown out by the Broncos 44-22. 44-24. They get beat by the Lions 44-30. And what makes this Cowboys the most, AJ? I mean, we're talking about a God sent you a second chance type opportunity to win the division. like the Eagles on a 3-game losing streak, bro. And you have an opportunity to still win this division. All you got to do is win out. Who we got on the docket? We got 4 teams, and 3 of them are not in the playoffs right now. And one of them is with a guy who got a quarterback who just had surgery on his right hand last week. We got to play the Vikings. Okay, we could beat the Vikings with a rookie quarterback. Are we at home? We at home too? Oh, okay. And then AJ, you know when Stephen A. Smith said what can go wrong will go wrong? You telling me Aubrey missed 2 field goals, AJ?
Yeah. Yep.
What? That is so cowboyish. That's such a cowboy thing to do, to lose like that. I mean, we're talking about a kicker who's been called the best kicker in NFL history, what he been doing this year, and he missed 2 field goals? Come on, AJ. You can't tell me like the Cowboys just found a way to mess things up, bro. They just found a way to mess stuff up, man. So they are definitely done because they are hoping y'all to lose 3 games, and I don't see us sweeping y'all. You know what I mean? If we do, that'll be crazy. But I just don't see it. You know, basically where we just came from. I don't see us sweeping y'all. But yeah, they're done. They're done.
Joe, the Cowboys are so cooked it don't make no kind of sense. And it's just funny. I want to put this comment on the screen right here. This is Cowboys fans. This is Cowboys fans. You know, Big O, he's not the only person I've been going back and forth with as far as Cowboys fans are concerned. I was going back and forth with a guy online the other day. I'm always going back and forth with people on IG, TikTok. I'm always debating with people, right? And this guy kept on saying, y'all gonna fold and we gonna win out. Y'all gonna fold and we gonna win out. And there's comments like that, and there's comments like this that just makes me want to ask, do y'all know what team y'all are a fan of? Do y'all know what team y'all are a fan of? Now, I get it. In 2023, the Eagles collapsed, and y'all took the mantle and y'all ran with it all the way to, I want to say, the wild card round before y'all lost anyway. And this year, you're expecting the same thing, potentially. The Eagles going to collapse, and we going to somehow take the mantle and run our way to the wild card round to get bounced again. But at least we beat out the Eagles to make it to the postseason, right? At least we got the NFC East crown. We could brag about that for an off season, right? But what they failed to mention is 2023, they had these moments too, where they left the window open for Philadelphia, and Philadelphia just didn't capitalize. Multiple moments like that. And this season, right when the Eagles look like, man, full disclosure, after we lost to the Chargers, I said, dog, I told my boy Kev, I said, Dallas probably about to win out. And we listen, we gotta handle business. And lo and behold, them boys go out there and lose in a way that says, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not even engaging with Eagles fans no more. I'm not watching Eagles games no more. Because at the end of the day, no matter what the Eagles do, we have to win to even have a chance. So the comment of, hey, don't choke. What if we do? Let's say, Joe, hypothetically speaking, we lose the next 3 games. I can almost guarantee you they gonna lose to either the Chargers, the Commanders, or the Giants. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee no matter what happens the rest of this NFL season, they're going to lose one of these next 3 games. It's bound to happen because the Cowboys are not built to be a playoff team this year. It could be Dak throwing interceptions. It could be the defense giving up everything there is, the man, knowing the man. If you can't go out there and beat J.J. McCarthy when the Vikings have nothing to play for, and the Cowboys have everything to lose, you counting on the Eagles to collapse in hopes that y'all somehow do something that y'all ain't proven y'all could really do all year, which is win when it really matters most, it's fool's gold, man. So the Cowboys are done. I think the Cowboys, in all honesty, in hindsight, at 8-2, when the Eagles hit 8-2, the Cowboys were done. They weren't in too deep of a hole to dig back unless the Eagles practically lost out. And even then, they got to go out there and beat Detroit. They got to go out there and beat Minnesota. Like they also have to win games. And I think Cowboys fans forget that they also have to do their part. It can't just be about Philly. We also have to win these games in order to make the playoffs. You know, they're done. And I also want to say to Big O, I sounded good before the Lions game when I said y'all was going to lose to Detroit. And I remember Big O saying, I heard this AJ before. I heard this. I said, y'all gonna lose to Detroit, bro. I heard this AJ before. And what happened, Joe? They went out there and got folded up by Detroit. And I said, bro, it's over with. Y'all not gonna win the division. Yo, we gonna see what's. And then again, Minnesota comes into town and drops 30-something on y'all. It's over with, bro. It's over with. Pack it up. Get your draft boards ready. And I also want to say this to conclude before we snatch this division crown for I want to say the third time in 3 years. No, the third time in 4 years. I believe that 2022, right? 2024, right? And now 2025. I just want to say to my fellow Commander fan and all of the Cowboys fans watching and wherever the Giants fans are, because they only pop up when they do something. When they ain't doing nothing, then you don't hear from them. When they win, they call in the chat. They call in the chat when they win. And then when Jackson Dart ain't playing as well or they not playing as well, now you just can't find them nowhere. I just want to say, when y'all talk about Philly, just don't forget to mention the fact that we run this thing. Okay, we run this. We may or may not win the Super Bowl. We may or may not win the NFC. But when it comes to the East, this ours right here, bruh. This is ours, bruh. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. And this whole, it took y'all 75. Listen, I'm 30 years old. As long as I've been on this earth, I personally don't care about much that happened before me. I'm going to just be honest. I care about what I have been older, what I have witnessed, what I have seen. And since I've been around, the Eagles got the most playoff wins in the NFC East. And I think tied for first in Super Bowl wins in the NFC East with the New York Giants. So I take it. If it took us 75 years, I'm grateful that it happened in my lifetime. I'm grateful that it happened at a time where we can sit across and have this conversation. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
Now, I do think Dallas will win out. The reason why I'm picking on the not make it, because I think
they gonna lose to the Chargers. Watch, Joe. Remember I said it. They gonna lose to the Chargers. They gonna lose to the Chargers. Watch.
Hey, y'all better not lose to the Chargers, though. They better not lose to the Chargers, man. But let's get to this pick on. Whew.
Yes, sir.
It's a rough week for me, man.
I didn't even see what my record was.
Oh, I didn't change it. No, I ain't updated. Hold on. You were
okay.
7-8, I think.
Oh.
But I was like 3 and something. Yeah, I was bad. Yeah, that's week 14 still. That's my mistake on that. But the overall record, okay. Hey, Kevin, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I would definitely rather see Cowboys in the playoffs than the Eagles, because no disrespect, Kevin, but I just know you're not gonna, win a Super Bowl. The Eagles could actually win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Get them out of here, man. That's why I was so mad he lost to the daggone Vikings, bro. I came in the chat. I ain't watched the game live. I saw the score, bro. I said, wow, they about to lose to the Vikings, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I was at dinner with my wife, periodically checking the score. Like, they really. The first quarter and first half, I was just like, Dallas ain't gonna lose this game. It went from Dallas not gonna lose this game to, dang, the Vikings really hanging in there. Like, this is crazy. To, hey, yo, the Vikings about to win this game?
What?
Win this game?
What? Like, come on, bro. I did see the McCarthy touchdown live. I saw that when he faked the handoff and ran it and did a gritty. But come on, man. I'm about to update. So you can let the people know what we're doing while I update this rap.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Shout out to my boy Miles. He know the Commanders, especially without Jaden. It's a rap. I will say, Marcus Mariota, he be playing good ball, though. Like, he have his bad moments, but
he's been better.
He can sneak up on you. That they y'all been scoring. It ain't like y'all ain't been putting up points. Y'all be scoring. So, but this Eagles defense gonna have to, stand up again and do what they need to do. As y'all know, we do the pick'ems every week, and we pick with the spreads. We don't just pick win, loss, because last year our records were ridiculous when we was just picking which teams will win and which teams will lose. So this year we decided, let's pick with the spreads. Let's, make it a little tougher. And as y'all can see, with the records, it's definitely become a lot tougher. Now, my boy JJ is behind me quite a bit, but he's behind me because he missed a week. So y'all bear with the record. He missed a whole week. You know what I mean? So we gotta put that disclaimer out there for you.
I would still be behind though. I think
you would be, but it wouldn't be 91, 132. That's kind of crazy.
Cause I went 0-16 that day. But no, I wasn't gonna go 16-0. Like, I would still be down.
You like 8-8, 7-8, somewhere.
But it was times last year we were just picking the games that we went undefeated for the whole week. Like you said, it was too easy.
It was too easy, so we had to make it tough, and it's tough. Starting tonight, I'm looking forward to this game, Joe.
Oh man,
we got the Rams. I think this game is going to determine a lot in the NFC. Because what I will say is, I don't like Sam Darnold, but going to Seattle for a playoff game, ooh, that's nasty.
That's tough
for anybody in the NFC. I will admit. Oof. So this is a big time game. I'm rooting for the Rams. We got the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams are favored on the road in this matchup. -1.5. Joe, who you got? I'm going with the Rams. Let's see if Sam Darnold will get it done again in a big spot.
I'm going with the Seahawks +1.5.
Okay. Next Saturday, we got the Eagles and the Commanders. Joe, I almost wish I was off work for this game. We could watch this game, do the live thing, man. That'd have been dope.
I'm actually watching this with Blaze and Kev.
Oh man, that would have been so dope. That'd have been so dope, man. But we got the Eagles at the Commanders. The Eagles are favored in this matchup on the road, -6.5. And I'm going with that 6.5 spread in favor of my birds.
Who's going with us, man? You know, last week is the first time I picked against us and we won.
The one time you pick against y'all come out with a dub.
I should never did that, man. And that's what I get for picking against us. So give me us +6.5.
Okay. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Another big-time game. Now, Packers, obviously, without Micah towards ACL. Wishing him a speedy recovery. The Packers on the road against the Bears are favored -1.5.
I'm going with the Packers.
It's going to be a tough game.
Packers already beat them, too. But I'm going with the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm going to go with Chicago in this matchup. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Cleveland Browns. The Bills are favored in this matchup, -9.5. Shador, can we get a bounce back Shador game against a defense that is not good? But it's Josh Allen though in Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I think Shador has a good game, but I think Buffalo covers that spread and wins by like 10.
I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Hold the wrist up. Hold the wrist up. Next, we got perfect timing. We got the Chargers at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored at home again, -1.5, and give me the Chargers. Like I said, they're gonna drop this game. They're gonna drop this game. Watch what I say. We might mess around, and I don't think this will happen. But it will be so funny, Joe, if the Eagles do lose. And the Cowboys are, we still got a chance. And then they go out there and lose. And just basically hand the division over to Philly.
We play first. Yeah, we play first.
We play first. We mess around and lose. Like, okay, Dallas. And Dallas loses. And it's just like, well, the Eagles just won the division. Give me the Chargers, man.
Give me the Cowboys. And breaking news, not super breaking, but Jacoby Myers signed an extension with the Jaguars.
Okay. Jags been playing good lately.
Yeah, man.
They've been cooking lately. We got the Chiefs, no Pat Mahomes, against the Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs are favored in this matchup, -3.5 on the road. Who started for the Chiefs now?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew? The people are 50-50 on this too. I'm gonna take it's in Tennessee. The Chiefs no Pat that's just weird, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Like, I'm up in the air on this one. I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna take Carl advice and go with Tennessee. Minshew can play though, man.
Me too. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Next, we got the Jets at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored in this matchup, -4.5. I will say, I know I disrespected him quite a bit, but Tyler Shuck ain't half bad.
Yeah, he's playing good.
He been playing good ball. I give him credit where it's due. That's all I'm giving him though, because I still like. I'm still a Shador fan. But yeah, the Jets at the Saints. The Saints are favored in this matchup, -4.5.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with. That's a big spread for the Saints, but I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I think I might go with the Saints too. Actually, we got this. This fantasy week for me is gonna be so tough trying to figure out which quarterback I want to start. I got Dart and I got Jordan Love, and I think both of them have like tough matchup. Like Minnesota's defense is like that, and then my boy Jordan Love going up against the Bears. So that's going to determine probably my fantasy matchup against Big O, and it's the playoffs. I don't have my ace Devontae Adams, bruh.
Oh,
he picked the perfect
hurt,
time. He picked the worst time in the world to get hurt, bruh. The start of the playoffs for me, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta update my lineup.
In this game,
too.
Yep.
Charles us, yeah.
In this game, I'm gonna give the nod to the Minnesota Vikings. They hot right now.
I went with the Vikings too.
They hot,
And
but I need a big game.
With that blitz scheme against Jackson Dart, it's gonna be problems. I feel like.
Yeah, Jackson, run. Next we got Tampa Bay. Ain't nobody been talking about how Tampa Bay just fell off too.
Man, what?
And Baker, goodness gracious, big game. Tampa Bay versus the Carolina Panthers. Tampa Bay on the road against Carolina is favored -2.5. And my bad, Carl. The spread in the Vikings and Giants game is -2.5 in favor of the Vikings. The spread in this matchup of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game and the Carolina Panthers game is -2.5 in favor of the Buccaneers.
I'm going with the Panthers.
I think I'm gonna pick the Panthers too. I think I'm gonna pick the Panthers at home too. Next, we have. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Baker now. Cause like, bruh, get it together. like all your guys. Your weapon. Say it again.
I think if they lose, no, never mind. I'm about to say they lose and the Panthers win it. Yeah, I think so. If the Panthers beat them, then they win the division. I think. No, because they got 3 more games left.
I'm about to say they got some more games left to play. Because they can lose out and still lose. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the Bucs got all their weapons back, man. I expect them to go out there and find a way to get it done. But next, even though they didn't last week, but next we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored on the road, -1.5. Joe, quickly before we answer this. Yeah, my bad. I did say on the road. At home. The Dolphins are favored at home, -1.5. I want to ask you this question before we answer this. Pick 'em. You think Joe Burrow might really retire, bro? I think everybody talking about he feel a way about Cincinnati, and he might, but it sounds like he trying to pull an Andrew Luck on the low.
Nah, I think he said if he feel that way, leave. Go to a different team, but I don't think he'll retire though.
Fair.
The fact that he worked hard to come back and play, you know what I mean? It says a lot. But you know, I mean, he the one that wanted to keep his receivers and not pour into the defense. I mean, that was his decision.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got the Bengals in this matchup, by the way.
I want to put this comment up, but your name is so wild, man. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna read it though. I don't think he's pulling an Andrew Luck. I just don't think he's a man enough to speak about what he's wanting to talk about. Oh, okay. You say you're going with who?
I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah, this is tough, man. And I think I'm going to go with the Bengals, too. They're back-to-back losses, man. They need to bounce back. And I think Joe Burrow is playing still, so. But my boy Quinn Ewers starting for the Dolphins. Let's go.
We going to see how he look out there.
Ooh,
hopefully he look better than Tua. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Denver Broncos. This is a big-time matchup. The Denver Broncos are favored at home, -3.5. With the way Jacksonville been playing, I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
Hey, this will keep Jacksonville in live for the #1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, because they had the tiebreaker. They beat them. Wow. I want to go with them, too, but I'm going to go with the Broncos. No. I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna regret that, but I'm gonna do it. You know, bro, 3.5 is a lot, bro.
3.5 is a lot in this type of matchup. It's a lot.
Come on, the Broncos be winning by like 1, 2 points. I'm gonna go with the Jags.
I'm going with the Jags. I'm going with the Jags. Carl saying he think Lawrence gonna throw some picks, and he might. And he
So is
might.
Bo Nix too.
That's true. They both liable to get a ball up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. The Falcons are favored in this matchup on the road, -2.5.
Yo, Devontae Adams is officially inactive. All right, I'm gonna go with the people and go with the Falcons.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Falcons as well in this one. We got another big game. It's a lot of big games this week, Joe. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are favored in this game -6.5. I think I'm gonna go with Detroit too. They favored at home -6.5. I'm going with Detroit.
I'm gonna go with Detroit too. Yeah, Steelers be losing ugly.
Yeah, I just don't know if they can. I don't know if their offense can keep up with Detroit's.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Detroit too.
Next, we got the Raiders at the Houston Texans. The Texans are favored in this matchup -14.5, and I'm taking the Texans -14.5.
That defense is gonna embarrass Geno. No.
Yeah, boy, it's gonna be ugly.
Ooh.
Then we got another huge game. Another huge game. We got the New England Patriots at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored in this matchup -2.5. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Same. Oh, you going with the Ravens? Okay.
I'm going with the Ravens. Ravens got it, bro. The Ravens have to get into the playoffs, bro. With respect to the Steelers, without Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, Lamar has to get. They gotta get in, bro, and give themselves a shot, bro. Without Pat around to get to win in this window, because I think if they get in, it's wide open for them, bro.
Yeah.
And all these teams in the AFC got flaws. The Patriots look like probably the most solid team all around, even though they just lost to Buffalo. They look like the most complete team. But a superstar like Lamar, bro, like, they gotta get in, bro. So give me Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore too.
And last
70% going with the Patriots though. Dang.
Yeah, I can't blame them. I can't blame them with the way Baltimore kind of been looking offensively. I can't blame them. And then the Patriots coming off a loss too. So, but I'm gonna still rock out with Baltimore. And last but not least, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. The Niners are favored in this matchup -5.5. Dave was right. The Niners might be our first round matchup, and they've been looking good all season too. But I will say this though, even though they playing in a tough division, their schedule been sweet. Their schedule, it was known to be sweet. We all knew going into the season that the Niners were gonna have a good season because of the schedule. What I will give them is their division is tough, but outside of the games in the division, outside of the games in the division, and then they playing a Colts team that we didn't think would be good, but now they good. But then they became good, but now they they got Phillip Rivers back there now.
Shout out to him though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
Niners.
I really want to pick the Colts so bad, but I'm gonna go with the Niners.
I think we picked the same teams like the last 6 games.
We did. Niners, Ravens, Houston, Detroit, Falcons, Jacksonville,
Bengals,
dang.
Yeah, but you picked the Bucks.
I picked the Bucks though. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, I know I was trying to pick opposite you. I'm like, I can't get too far back.
Bro, I had to continue to just go with my I was trying to do that at first when we first started, but now I'm like, man, I just gotta go with my gut, bro. I gotta go with what my gut telling me in these matchups, man.
Like if I don't know, like for example, the Titans and Dolphins one was like, I don't know, man. And I saw Titans and Chiefs, and you picked the Titans. Yeah, bro, I don't know, so I'm gonna go with the Titans too. Like if anything, you gonna have a draw on this one.
I feel that.
Yeah, gotta make it come back.
Yes,
all right, down by 15. Let's get it, man. I'm ready for the comeback. All right, so my last words. Great show, Ajae, like always. We did like an early Wednesday, kind of earlier Thursday episode. So I appreciate everybody that was in the comment section. Y'all were here early and y'all were active the whole time we were on. So the comments, it keeps the show it adds fuel to the show. So we appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody in the R2L community, R2L family. Shout out to everybody that's watching from AJ's channel, Timeout 4, Timeout. And man, my Commanders, man, we got the Eagles this weekend. I'm so sad because we not good. This episode could have been, usually if it was 2024, the whole episode would have been dedicated to our game. That's what we did last year, and this year it's like we didn't even talk about it. Like,
that was so much fun, man.
I just realized that we didn't even talk about the game. We just talked about. That's crazy. Look what we came to, Commanders. We will do a post game though next week, but
for
Commanders,
sure.
We have an opportunity to do something that will put a smile on my face all off season. We got an opportunity to like sweep the Eagles. Like AJ said, hypothetically speaking, let's say that happens and the Cowboys went out. I mean, I know we would be what 6 and 10, no 6 and 11. But the Eagles be sitting on the couch right with us though. So I'll be happy to see that because if they lose out, they're not making the playoffs. They will be out the playoffs completely because Dallas will take their spot and they won't be better than the Niners who are in the 7th seed. You know, right? If that would have happened, y'all would miss the playoffs.
We'll miss the playoffs,
That would be one of that season would be worse than my season because at least I can say, man, we got hurt, man. We dealing with injuries.
We lose out. That would be insane.
That would be
embarrassing. We finish 9 and 8. That'd be crazy.
So, Commanders, make the Cowboys game Sunday interesting by winning Saturday. Let's just make it interesting because if the Eagles win, it won't be interesting no more. Let's just do that. Do we play at home, right?
Y'all, it's in Washington. Yep.
Come on, Commanders. Marcus Mariota, do me a solid. Let's go, man. And the Kings, I mean, with nothing to say. we just saw Mike Brown and De'Aaron Fox playing the NBA Cup championship while we sitting back for only 3 wins for real. Like, come on, bro. So I got nothing to say about the Kings, man. But shout out to you, AJ, once again. Great show.
Yeah, man, great show. My last words are just that. Great show. Thank you for everybody tuning in on my channel, Timeout Full Timeout, and on the R2L channel. And like I said, I appreciate y'all working with us, man. These episodes we was doing every Tuesday, but now with scheduling, it's been tough to do it every Tuesday. We've been having to move it around quite a bit. So we appreciate y'all for consistently riding with us. We getting y'all content every week. We got to hit y'all with something every week. You know what I mean? So best believe we're going to do that. Just continue to ride with us, man, through this peak season. We're gonna be cool after peak season when it come to work. We're gonna work this thing out, I promise y'all. But to the Eagles, man, put an end to all of this talk. I think Joe says this in all honesty. He's like, man, if we beat y'all lose out, and the Cowboys win out, right? Then y'all miss playoffs. I think it will be more fun for you, Joe, is if y'all swept us, we lost, and then the Cowboys lost too. I think you would enjoy that more. You would get Philly in the playoffs. Philly at that point would be one and done. So that would be like, dang, then you get to watch them lose in the playoffs, and then you get to watch the Cowboys have a chance, watch them talk all that trash, and then lose again. Like that's comedy, in my opinion, as a Commanders fan. I think you would enjoy that.
Okay, I can ride with that. I can ride with that one.
I think you would enjoy that.
I can ride with that one. I can ride with either one because Cowboys might get embarrassed first round.
I mean, either way it go, it's not gonna happen because we're gonna beat y'all. So like this is all hypotheticals. We talking, Eagles. Let's put an end to this, man. Like I said, let's go into the playoffs on a 3-game win streak. Get hot at the right time. It ain't about how you start. It's about how you finish in the National Football League. And once you get in the dance, you win the dance. And they can say what they want, these other teams, these other players, these other fans. But in order to be the best, you got to beat the best, okay? In this situation, I'm not saying that in regards to Pat, but in this situation, we in the mix. Pat not in the mix. In order to be the best, you got to take out the champs. I'm sorry, y'all ain't going to get by with Jay Hurts and us and missing the playoffs. This will be, again, I think his 4th or 5th straight year making the postseason, keeping that streak alive, too. I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? But I feel good about my Birds, man. And the Lakers, man, like I keep saying, man, keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love how Bron is playing that 3rd, 4th fiddle role, getting guys involved. Luka is Luka. AR is AR. You know what I mean? I love what I'm seeing from the Lakers, man. I feel good as a Lakers fan and as an Eagles fan. And with the playoffs around the corner, getting ready to play the Commanders, to win a division, I just want to say before we end today's show, it's something sweet about last year remembering JJ Joe Jordan. Say, boy, we gonna storm into the link and we gonna knock y'all off to go to the Super Bowl. Ooh. And now this year, after losing in the NFC Championship game, the Eagles get a chance to storm into Washington and knock off the Commanders for the NFC East title and advance into the playoffs, where the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders get to watch us from the crib and hate from outside the club. Ain't that something, man? Just that thought alone, Joe, that's got me feeling unfazed.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.